Welcome to another episode of the Sage Holistic Show. I'm your host, Emily Sellis, and today we come at you with another of the Orange County Healers series. Have you ever started tapping your toe to music and you can't get that beat out of your body? Well, today you are going to hear from Marlys Woods, who is an associate marriage and family therapist and also the owner of Get In Tune Music Therapy. She is going to dive into how music therapy is so beneficial, and there's an experiential part of this that you can join in on. So stay tuned and get that beat moving through your body. Sage is a 501c3 nonprofit organization building community by providing education and counseling about physical, mental, and spiritual well-being. We encourage all of our listeners to find their own path to what holistic wellness means to you.
Hello, everybody. So since it's a quick little talk, I found these flashcard PowerPoint so cute, so that's what I wanted to use for today. Mostly today it's going to be very experiential. I'm not going to talk too much about addiction and how music therapy and it works. I'm kind of going to gloss over that so that you can actually have the experience. Because that's what it's like mostly with my clients. What we do is a lot of experiential, and then we tack on a little bit of talk therapy or verbal processing at the end. So you're going to get a similar experience. So my company is called Get In Tune Music Therapy Services, and I am a board certified music therapist, which is really important to know if you're a company that is hiring music therapists. I'll talk about that a little bit more later. I'm also have been approved to take my test to become a licensed and marriage family therapist. I just have to pick a date. Real quick, what we provide is music therapy sessions for facilities, in person or virtual based on the need and circumstances. Due to COVID, we've also added employee wellness programs for companies. And we've created an online self-study program for individuals that can be post-treatment or can be for the general population. And then we also provide a Get In Tune 12-step certification training for those working in addiction, but it doesn't have to be just for addiction. That's what we focus on and how we present the information. But if you are a therapist that wants to learn more about how to use music in therapy, this would be a great training that you could also do. And all of this information is on our website. So a little bit quickly, the history of Get In Tune. I got my undergrad degree in music therapy, and that consists of music classes, music therapy theory classes, and psychology classes. And then we have observations where we go and observe a music therapist. So we have a wild schedule. Music classes are only 0.5 to 1 credit. So we have like 10 classes a semester. So if you have a board certified music therapist, they are great at multitasking and handling a lot. Fun fact. After that, you have to do a 1,000+ hour internship with a music therapist. I got to do mine at a company that gave us a wide range of populations to deal with or to experience. So from NICU to developmental disabilities with children and adults, military, addiction, all the way to hospice. So we had a wide range, which is not normal for most music therapists. So I'm pointing out a lot about our training because we will talk about that more later. So when I got there, I fell in love with working with the addiction group, but learned that as a music therapist, my training so far was not enough to be effective in this group. And I've learned that consistently as hiring music therapists that most aren't trained enough, which is why I created the training that I mentioned earlier. So that I finished my internship in 2012 and have been working in addiction ever since. We've started to branch out to eating disorder facilities, mental health facilities. And now, due to COVID, thankfully, as much of a deterrent and effect it's had on us, it's also had the creation of these online programs that we are doing. Because as I went through working in addiction, I kind of learned that the issues that we're working on can apply to everyone. We all struggle to find our voice, to let our emotions out appropriately at times. Some of us are great at it, but not majority of us. So I've learned that more people need the tools to use music actively in their healing. It's not just for addicts. We can all struggle with emotions and expressing them in a way that will get us help. And so this has been my passion for years. We've all used music in a way in our life to connect, to not feel alone, to identify our emotions, but most of us just leave it there. We find that song that we really relate to, and then we either embody it and make that kind of the belief that we have, or if we're healthy and have the tools, we can use it to help us to transition to healing. But a lot of us stay stuck in that, and that just becomes a part of our identity, especially with teens. And so we use music to help you move through that, but from starting with your connection to music. And our goal, as I've kind of said already, is to teach others how to use music actively and effectively in their life to express and connect. So that's a little bit of information I'm going to give you ahead of time so that you can get into the drumming experience. So I want to confirm a couple of things that you can hear the sound. So there is going to be a noise clicking. Please let me know if you can hear that. Can you hear? Okay, good. I'm going to take us off screen share for the moment so we can all see each other, because that's the exciting part about drumming online. Since we can't all hear each other, the exciting part is seeing each other. So if you have anything to make noise, please bring it out at this time. Again, it can be your hands for clapping, or it can be an actual instrument. And if everyone's on mute, yes, okay, perfect. So I am gonna start a beat. I'm gonna play the beat the whole time. And then when you feel ready, join in, making your noise however you want. You can sing, you can yell, you can whistle, you can clap. If you have an instrument, use it. All right, so just join in when you feel comfortable. The water bottle, I love it. All right, go ahead and get louder.
Doing an experiential activity.
And as quiet as you can. Still making a noise, but barely. And go ahead and get louder. As loud as you can. Yes, I love seeing everyone's faces. And as quiet as you can. All right, this time I want you to still stay as quiet as you can, but play as fast as you can. And go ahead and get a little bit louder. And a little bit louder. And as loud and fast as you can. 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Nice job, everybody. So go ahead and unmute yourself for a second. And I just love if a couple of people would mind sharing what that experience was like for you.
My baby loved that.
Awesome.
It's fun to have us all join together in this, even though we can't hear each other. I mean, I can imagine being in the same room with everyone, how awesome that would be, but we can still do it from afar.
Yeah, that was, I mean, 4 months ago, I would have told you, like, no, you have to be in person for a drum circle, but like, it's actually still effective and fun. It's pretty cool. You get to see everybody's face while they're playing. Never mind, not the point right now. So yes, that was awesome. Can I have one more person share?
I can share.
Yeah.
I noticed when you said get faster, like I lit up. Like I had all this adrenaline surging through me, and it was like a competition with myself to see how fast I could move my hands.
Nice. Yeah.
I feel more awake. I was getting a little drowsy. The tea hadn't hit me yet, and now I'm like, whoa, I'm awake.
It's a great energy booster, definitely.
Yeah.
And kind of talking about mindfulness, as Ken was talking about before, you got to be aware of and kind of get back into like your body and what you were feeling, definitely. Thank you. All right, so go ahead and mute yourselves again. And this time we are going to practice playing an emotion. Actually, for fun, go ahead and unmute yourself. We're going to do it so we can all hear each other. So it is going to be very chaotic because there's going to be a delay that you're going to hear, but it's perfect for this. So I would like you to think of something that's made you angry recently and play that anger on your instrument, whether that's clapping, yelling, screaming, whatever it is. All right, and then you'll hear me go 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. So just play, think of the anger for a second, and when you're ready, go ahead and play it.
You.
4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. For those of you that are sound sensitive, I apologize. I forgot to warn you ahead of time.
Sorry.
Okay, this time, I'm going to ask you to play. Think of a time. Oh, doggies.
My dog did not like the noise that I made.
I bet. A time that you feel happy, and play what happiness feels like. 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Nice job. See the smiles on the faces. Okay, so we've gotten it out a little bit. We've gotten to play our instrument together. And I'm now going to ask for one volunteer to be the guinea pig. I mean, to be our volunteer.
I'll volunteer.
All right, Regan, cool. So this is what I'm going to show you is the point where we add the verbal aspect of therapy to the musical aspect. So Regan, I'd like you to think of a time when you felt powerless. Let's go with the addiction word since that's what I said I was talking on. Think of a time when you felt powerless. And I ask that you don't use your words at all, just play for us. And then as a group, we're gonna guess what that emotion feels like for her. So you're gonna play, think of a time you felt powerless and just like play what that felt like for you. And then the group's gonna guess what the emotion was. So I'll give you a time to like play for a little bit and then I'll ask you to stop if you don't already. Mm-hmm. And then ask for feedback from the group. So Reagan, don't give them the answer ever. So whenever you feel comfortable, go ahead.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna cut you off if that was the end. Can we have some guesses of emotion words of what you think her experience felt like for her?
Loneliness.
Loneliness.
Weak.
Weak.
Defeated.
Defeated, yeah.
Exhausted.
Exhausted. Regan, can you tell us what were you portraying?
A little bit of all of that. A little bit of all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay. Thank you.
yeah.
Oh, sorry. Was there more you wanted to say?
Well, I could say, I mean, yeah, it was really just a combination of all of that, right? Like that feeling of initially maybe like trying to assert that power a little bit of like almost trying to renegotiate what it feels like when you're feeling powerless, right? Really putting that effort in and then it sort of sinking in more and more of like, wait, I don't have any power. And then it just sort of teetering off, right? With exhaustion and sort of a sense of defeat.
Yeah. Thank you. Can you play for us so we don't end on that low note? I know we're about to go over time, but just real quick, can you play for us what you would like to feel when you're in that situation, feeling defeated, powerless? Can you play for us what you would like to feel? And again, don't give us any words.
Let's see. Hmm.
Thank you. Let's give Regan a round of applause for being willing to be our victim. I mean, our volunteer. Okay, real quick, just one or two guesses. Would a couple people mind guessing what emotion she would like to feel?
Triumphant.
Triumphant.
Encouraged.
I'm sorry?
Encouraged.
Encouraged. Yeah. One more.
Energized.
Energized. Regan, what words would you use to describe what you were looking for?
All of that. I was trying to think of the Lord of the Rings soundtrack, like some strong, like, you know, very encouraging kind of, but yeah, all of that definitely aligned with it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Regan. All right.
Of course.
So we're going to end real quick on just a few more points. So this was an experience of what a music therapy session might look like. And then after this, I would explain with the clients, we might talk about, well, how can we get from A to B? And then we might verbal process a little bit more. And so just how can this information that you've learned in this quick 15 minutes be helpful to you or to your clients? So one, we have an online self-study program that includes 12 sessions on there. And it's something that it's actually written out completely for them and all the steps and guides so that they can do it on their own at any time within 5 minutes to like every 5 minutes breaking it up or doing it over a month's time or like months of time. It's up to them. So this is something that you could offer to your clients. It's $97. And then we have drop-in sessions once a week, Wednesday at 5 p.m. And at this point, it's small enough that we're not focusing on anything like any diagnosis in particular. So you can come for yourself or from self-care. You can encourage clients to come. And it's 40 minutes, Wednesdays at 5 p.m. It's $15. And then lastly, if you're someone that would like to just learn more about how to use music as a therapist or in your treatment program, we offer a training, as I talked about earlier. All of this you can find on my website. And as I shared in the beginning, we also actually go into programs, but this is things that for those of you that are therapists that like just want to have something that you can access for your clients, it is an option. So we are done. If you have any questions, you can go to getintunemusictherapy.com. They have lots of, on our website, we have lots of like more information, and then there's ways to contact me on there if you would like deeper questions or to Zoom or to just hang out with me, all their options. So thank you very much for letting me share, Robin and Emily.
Thank you for spending some of your time today with us at Sage Holistic Health and Wellness Center. If you like what we're all about, please consider supporting our nonprofit organization by making a tax-deductible donation. To do this, you can go to our website at www.sagewellnessctr.org and click on Donate in the upper right-hand corner. We look forward to spending some time again with you real soon. Take good care.